Anime has become a literal cultural massive form of entertainment in the past 10 years. I remember people laughing at me for saying I like Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball of all anime. Dragon Ball has to be like the most American, non-American anime ever. Fast forward to 2025, it's hard to find someone who doesn't watch anime, especially in my generation, which I think is Gen Z. Anyway, I'm not good at intros, so I just wanted to somehow lead that into an anime called Chainsaw Man. Only one season, unfortunately, but it's the first season that made an impact on a massive level for me. Truly one of the best first seasons ever. Chainsaw Man was first released in the year 2022, not even joking, 3 years ago, which I guess has become the norm for most TV shows today. Everything takes at least 2 years at the minimum, and only comes with 8 episodes, but different topics for a different video. Chainsaw Man is a wild ride filled with devils and mayhem. The main character Denji is a dude who can turn into a chainsaw. He fights devils to survive alongside devil hunters, often in very gory and over-the-top ways. The story has a unique blend of action, humor, and surprisingly deep themes. You should definitely check it out if you like something different. But a lot of fans didn't like the first season's direction. The show's initial episodes had a distinct focus on character introductions and world building. Some viewers found the pacing to be a bit slow, especially when compared to the more action-packed manga. The animation style, while visually stunning, also presented a departure from what some fans expected. Additionally, the humor didn't always land with everyone, and some of the character interactions felt off. Overall, opinions were mixed, but many still enjoyed the series. Fans hated the art style, the music, the cinematic take on the anime, I guess. Now, for me personally, I loved it, as the title clearly states. I want to say this though, I'm not a super duper anime fan like some. I don't read all the manga or watch the deep cuts. My favorite anime of all time is Dragon Ball, mainly because I grew up watching it as a kid. I love others like Death Note, Attack on Titan, the popular ones. I've read some of the Chainsaw Man manga, but only after realizing we might not ever get a season 2. I love the art style, the music, the characters, the action, the cinematic vibe, everything. Maybe because I watched the show first, so manga readers going into the anime probably expected something different. Something more along the lines of the movie releasing next month, at least in my country, which I heard is much different from season 1, especially the direction. The art style clearly looks different also. I was kinda bummed out when I heard they would be changing it up.
I'm thinking of ways to win the Nobel Prize in order to battle my boredom. For once I have earned such glorious esteem. First act shall be to implement a 100% sales tax!
The concept is probably the most important thing to any story, film, show, game, whatever. A great concept can sometimes carry bad stories. The movie In Time, for example, great concept. In a world where time is currency, people literally live off borrowed minutes and hours. Those who have wealth can purchase more time while the poor struggle to survive. Perfect concept, the movie though. It was alright. I'd definitely recommend it. Attack on Titan. Giant, weird-looking human-like creatures called Titans roam the world and devour, eat, and terrorize humans, causing humanity to live within walled cities. These walls protect the last remnants of civilization from the Titans' relentless hunger. Perfect concept, but also a masterpiece of a story to go along with it, along with great action, characters, and emotions. One of the best shows you could ever watch, honestly. Chainsaw Man is like that exactly. Great concept along with a perfect execution. Chainsaw Man's beginning is pretty wild. Basically, this dude named Denji is super poor and has to work off his dad's debts. He teams up with a chainsaw devil named Pochita to survive, and it's a whole mess of demon hunting after that. Things get even crazier when he gets betrayed and, well, becomes Chainsaw Man. He meets a woman who he becomes kinda obsessed with named Miss Makima. Denji's life after meeting her was a wild ride, to say the least. He went from living in poverty to suddenly having a place to stay and a purpose, which was pretty cool for him. He got to fight devils and eat good food, which was a huge upgrade from his previous life. But things got seriously messed up later on, showing how cruel the world could be. Honestly, the manga does go deeper into this a bit, but I haven't got far, and I hate spoilers. I know in Japan, spoiler culture is much different, but in America, at least for me, I see a spoiler and it kills the show for me. Unless it's like a book adaptation like manga is. I know it's the same thing as just any spoiler, but it feels different, One of the best episodes, Kill Denji. Masterpiece. It introduces more devil hunters, and we get to see the different devil hunters and how they act, how they feel about devil hunting and devils themselves. They are trapped in this hotel but stuck on an infinite floor, the 8th floor. It's revealed that a devil is behind this because, of course, but the devil offers to let them be free if they kill Denji, or aka give them the Chainsaw Man. Now obviously mostly everyone wants to kill Denji by feeding him to the devil, but obviously Denji isn't exactly thrilled by this.
I am all for Team Kill Denji!
Hey!
Though you get a lot of backstory on the other main characters in this episode, like Aki and Himino. You learn that she has multiple partners in the past who have all been killed. It's gotten so bad that even at the gravesite she doesn't cry anymore because she's just used to the deaths. Aki becomes her new partner, but obviously she doesn't want to get attached to him because she believes he will end up dying, just like her other partners. The anime has so much depth to it. It has so many characters, but great characters. And again, this is only the first season, one season, and it's already a masterpiece, at least to me. The show wouldn't be what it is without obviously the characters, my favorites being Denji and the goat power.
Human! Supply prey for me post-haste! I yearn for the savor of blood.
But the episode that really made the anime what it is, the episode that is considered one of the best episodes in the history of life.
What you should know is that the gun devil is after your heart.
This is one of the best episodes I've ever seen, truly one of my favorites. Everything about this episode is truly masterful. Throughout the season there has been this build up to this powerful creature called the Gun Devil. Everyone wants to kill this horrifying creature, even Aki as the gun killed his family. The episode begins with Denji, Power, Aki, and Himino eating at a restaurant, while a massive gunfiring happens outside, killing several devil hunters. Back at the restaurant, a man introduces himself to the group, revealing that he actually knows someone in Denji's past, right before telling him that the gun devil is after his heart, shooting Denji in the head and severely injuring Himeno. The way it happens goes back to what I said about that cinematic feel of the anime. It makes it stand out a lot from other anime. Watch this scene and tell me it isn't one of the best scenes you've ever seen. Tell me you don't get goosebumps.
You can cry for me. Snake, swallow it. Return.
Of course, in the episode after this, they changed it to where there was smoke surrounding the area after the snake disappeared. I'm pretty sure they did that because that's how it is in the manga, but I personally prefer the instantaneous disappearance of it way more.
Return.
Obviously, I'm not going to go over the whole season, but I just want to mention my favorite parts of the anime so far. I haven't seen the movie yet, but it comes out in America 2 days before my birthday, so I'll probably make a video about that. And hopefully we get a season 2 sooner rather than later. Though I don't expect a season 2 until like 2027, unfortunately. It makes me sad, especially seeing all these other anime get 2 and 3 seasons in such short windows, where Chainsaw Man has been stuck on 1 season for 3 years. But at least we are getting a movie that is a continuation of the story, one of the best arcs of the manga. I do get and understand that it's not as simple as making a season 2. I know it's harder than I'm making it seem. But honestly, it's just because, like I said, I'm not a big anime guy. My favorites are obviously the mainstream stuff, and Chainsaw Man is the only active anime that I really care about and enjoy. Besides Dragon Ball, obviously, but I might be 30 years old before we ever get a continuation of Super. Thanks for watching. Best believe I will be making a video about the movie when it releases, and as you know, more videos to come.